Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I worked on a client. I did a little bit of everything on this client. He got a dreadlock repair, dreadlock extensions, and a dreadlock retouch. And we're going to get right into how we got all that accomplished in this hairstyle. This is his finished look, but I'm going to show you how we got started. All right, so here we go. Now, what happened was he had some locks that he merged together. Now, if anybody knows anything about dreadlocks, if you have a lock that is a little thinner than the rest, you might want to merge it into the dreadlock that's next to it so that that lock will have a better fighting chance. It doesn't just fall off, it kind of just merges in, kind of like a Siamese twin. Kind of merges into the next one. With that being said, he had a few of those already like that. See, there's two ends at the end. Now, I could make this one whole lot by adding human hair. But what I did was, see how thin that is on the one end? I just went ahead and added some human hair, lightly wrapped it down to where it wasn't so thin, because one strand was normal, but the other strand that was merged into it was very, very thin at a certain spot, but then it got thick again. So he was okay with it still having two pieces at the end. So I took some human hair, I did a light wrap around that target area, and then from there is where I started to use the needle. I used a 2-prong needle. And with that, I brought the hair into the lock to make it secure so that that piece won't just pop off and break. So I wanted y'all to see how I did that. Now, I really got into the needles. If you got to get a rhythm, and once you get a rhythm, everything works out really good. But occasionally you find yourself where the needle might slip and hit your finger, and that happened to me twice during this hairstyle. I just wanted y'all to see from a different angle how I get all those extra strands deep inside of that lock. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all watch this for a little bit, and then I'll be right back to tell you more. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, it's been about 4 months since this client had a retouch on his new growth. So he was growing his hair up. There go another one. And I'm just going to wrap that up. Like I showed y'all before, I take the human hair, I do a light wrap, and then I go ahead and use the needle to bring it together. So the reason why the client went so long is because he actually wanted to grow his new growth out. He had locks in the top of his head, but he wanted me to add some extensions around the sides. I guess he felt like maybe his cut that he had before was too high up. He wanted more locks in the top, and his side, less locks in the sides. So what happens is, if you go in and you get your hair cut and the barber goes too high up in the hairline, it literally takes hair away from your locks, and then they become thin. So he let his hair grow out a lot just so that he can get this repair and get the extensions, and then, get his sides cut. But, it worked out pretty good. And he only had 3. he only had 3 strands that needed repair. And I didn't do a whole lot to repair it. I just made it more secure so that the hair would not pop off. And that, I just added that in with the price. It wasn't that much. But yeah, as you can see, I definitely, the repairs can be time consuming. But it was okay. It wasn't that bad. But like I said, I did hit my finger 3 times during this whole hair process. So I'm going to let y'all watch this a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, so right here what I'm doing is I am sectioning off the hair that I need to add the extension with. The best way, especially with short hair, the best way I find to section this hair off is to use colored rubber bands so that I can see the mark of demarcation, and then I attach. I'm really just making small little rubber bands, little ponytails is what I'm doing. So I know that this is where I'm going to attach this hair to. And this is the section that I'm using to do it on. Now, I had smaller sections, but he said he'd rather have larger sections on the side. So my smaller section would have had about 5 on each side. But when I widened it up, it ended up being 10 sections altogether all the way around. Now, this right here, what I'm doing, I thought that the client was coming with ready-made hair, but it wasn't. These were actually his strands of hair, his own strands, and he wanted to reattach them, which is definitely possible. So what you see me doing is I'm taking the edge of the comb and I am breaking loose the lock where he cut it from, not at the bottom, but where he cut it from, and I'm flaring it out so that I can reattach it to his natural hair that I have put aside in that rubber band. So yeah, now I just didn't know. He was like, he said, I asked you, did you need me to do something to the hair? And I'm thinking like, no, because I thought you bought it from a store. I didn't know we were putting on hair that you had already cut off a while ago. Y'all see that flare? That's all you got to do. Just comb it out just enough to get the flare. And then you're going to attach that flared end to that little ponytail that I have sectioned off. You leave the ponytail in. You do not see, there we go. I got 10 of them. Okay. And you leave the ponytail in. And then all you have to do, see, that's the little piece, is attach it. What I do is I take the strand and I fold it over, and then I take my 2-prong needle, and that's when I begin to work. And actually, when I do my attachment, I switch off. I do my 2-prong needle, then I switch to my 1-prong needle, and then I go back to my 2-prong needle. That's what I do to make that work. So I'm gonna let y'all watch that. So as you can see, I'm very close to that rubber band. I'm real close to the rubber band. And I put it close to the rubber band because when I cut that rubber band, I'm going to do an interlock. So I get it nice and close to the rubber band, and I get all that hair in there. Yeah, see, that's what it is. See the little ponytail? Put my little flare. Wrap it around. And then I just use my 2-prong needle first. Then I go back in with my single needle. This is a really neat way. I mean, I don't do this with longer hair, but with shorter hair, it's like so great because the rubber band holds it in place. It holds your section in place. And then I do the interlock because it just makes it more secure. So, and then I even give it a pull to make sure that it's not going anywhere. So I don't know. I like this method. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, and see right here, I just hurt my finger. Y'all see that? I think that was like the third time I hurt my finger. I mean, it is painful. It is very, very painful. I think I need to come up with some type of a mesh net or some type of thimble or something because I just tore my little finger up and it's still swollen. So y'all be very careful when you use those needles. It's a hard job, but it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. The amount that the client pays, and the client's very happy with the work that they get done too. But you got to be so careful. I think I even drew blood on one of them pokes to my finger. As you can see, here we go. Y'all see that? All 10 strands are attached. All 10 strands are attached. Now, the client is going to get the underneath cut, okay? But right now, I just had to focus on getting those strands put on. So what I did was I did all the top, and I retwisted the top and got it all together. And then I did the side area, the 10 strands around the sides, attached them, cut the little rubber band, and then I did the interlocking. I tried to do 3 turns, but I couldn't get 3. So in some of them I got 2 turns, and some of them I got 3 turns. So I just kind of rolled with it. But it just makes it more secure, and I don't have to do anything else to it. So when he comes back for a shampoo and tightening, yes, his extensions I will continue to interlock because I want to make sure that those stay secure. But in time, eventually I'll probably be able just to... Now you can twist it. You can palm roll a new extension. You can. But I just like to interlock them. I just do. Just to make sure everything's good. Yep, I got them attached. I got them attached. And I'm doing an interlock. So he's liking it. So let y'all watch this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just completed the 2 barrel twists. Okay, that's just the product that you see in this hair from when I retwisted the top. I actually used a little bit of Murray's locking wax, and I also used another one. I can't think of the other name of the brand I used, but another locking wax. And I'm adding a little mousse. to the top, and then I'm gonna tie it down. He gotta give me a little bit of dryer time, and then we'll be just about finished because I'm just doing the locking part. And then he's gonna go to the barbershop and get his sides cut, face cut, whatever, how guys do it. And they're gonna make it look all nice and how they do it. But he was very pleased with his extensions, and his barrel twist turned out really nice. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to my channel. Please like and subscribe and follow and share my channel. And here are the end results. This is when I finished. It's still a little bit of white because of the product that I used in his hair, but it does dry out. It doesn't dry white. It dries out. And then I also have pictures of him when he finished at the barbershop, which is right here. So he got the sides cut. His barrel twist looks really nice. And he was a very happy client. So I just want to thank everybody once again for tuning into my channel. Have a great day.